Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of day again. Monkey's got stuff to talk about, and so that's what we're going to do. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monk. Hope you guys are well. I am tired, very tired, but otherwise happy and, annoyed, because the news still exists and liberals and commies still exist, so I'm just going to be annoyed, but I'm happy about it. So tired, though. Oh, my God. I need a nap. And apparently I have the hiccups. Hi, guys. So, we're retreading old ground, and it's not really even that old of ground right now. I mean, we just had this conversation the other day, but oh, good God, the press thinks they have a win here. They're on it, boy. What you're seeing on your screen right there is a Washington Post puff piece, and as you can read, it says, "We drove Trump's DC. Turns out he may not be seeing much." And then you see him drive past the Washington Monument. I'm not sure what building that is that has the homeless people camped out front. And then right there, I'm pretty sure that's right in front of the White House or right near the White House and in the third one. But the whole notion is that, hey, Trump said there's crime in D.C. and it can't be. How dare he say that this highest person I guess we're starting out like that. My internet's going to be a douche today. But anyway, as I was saying, how dare you say that the crime hellhole of Washington, D.C. is anything but awesome? Look, we went out to tourist spots in the middle of the day, and besides the little homeless encampment, it was pretty. There were no gangs on the sidewalks, you guys. That's actually something the guy who tweeted this shit said. We didn't see any gangs. We didn't go near Brentwood we didn't go anywhere where there was a possibility of seeing gangs. So clearly there aren't any. And this isn't the first time we've seen this shit. We saw this shit in Puerto Rico. Remember? In Puerto Rico, Donald Trump came out and said they have a corrupt government over there because there's the hurricane that hits or whatever the fuck hit Puerto Rico back then. And we sent a bunch of aid to them, and it wasn't getting to the people. And Trump was going, I gave it to them. These people are fucking corrupt. And the entirety of the media came out and, can you believe he said there's corruption here? These are good, honest people just trying to get by, and Trump won't give them the necessary materials to get through this crisis. And then a whole bunch of their leaders had to step down for fucking corruption. And we found warehouses full of all the shit Trump sent. And not a single goddamn reporter who had been out there going, how dare he call Puerto Rico corrupt? Not a single one of them, not a single one came out and went, we lied to you guys. We didn't even mean to. They didn't even try that shit. They didn't mean, like they're doing with Biden and being dementia ridden. Where it's like, we didn't know. We were lying. They didn't even do that. Just silence, because they knew by then the script had changed. How often do you see them bring up Puerto Rico anymore? That should be one of their major wins, right? Because they were beating that drum. They don't talk about that at all. But let's bring it even closer to home. Remember when Trump said Baltimore was a hellhole? What'd we have? Oh my God, Baltimore is the greatest city of all time. It's a shining hill. It's a shining city on the hill. It's a beacon of hope. Don't pay attention to all the rats running around. Don't pay attention to the crime and the blight. No. It's a perfect place. And then people like, who was it? Scott not Kessler, Pressler, whatever his name is. He's like, we'll go clean it up. And so the people go and clean it up on their own. And they were called fucking Nazis for cleaning up the fucking dirty streets of Baltimore. I figured out how Trump can make everything better. Trump needs to just come out and say, everything sucks. Everything sucks. And then everything will be better. It won't be. but the press will come out to tell us how great it is. If Trump came out tomorrow and said, we have a fentanyl problem, they will come out and go, fentanyl's no problem. What are you talking about? Just because it's all, nobody's ever died of fentanyl. That's how they would react to it. They're fucking insane. It doesn't matter what the guy says. He could be telling the most honest truth ever. He could just come out and go, the sky's blue, and then go, can you believe this lying bastard? He's saying the sky's blue. It's clearly a light shade of dark blue. They can't help themselves. It doesn't matter what he comes at. He could come out against beating children to death with a stick, and they would come out and go, you know, sometimes beating a child to death with a stick is a good thing. Spartan John, thanks so much for that feminist $12. Appreciate it, my friend. Hey, Monk, happy to catch you live. Hope to listen to the whole thing, but I'm sure I'll be interrupted by calls for service. Well, I kind of hope you are, because that sounds like that keeps business going, and business going is good. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This might be a shorter one. We might only go hour and a half on this one, because I really am tired. And I don't have that much to talk about. It's me, so I could probably, I bet you I could stretch this into 4 hours. But anyway, I'm so tired of this shit. I'm so tired of the gaslighting by the press. Nobody had a problem 6 months ago saying DC is a shithole. Nobody had a problem with saying there's a crime problem in DC. Here, let me show you guys something. Let me bring this over to this screen. There we go. These are the current crime stats for DC as of right now in 2025. 100 murders so far this year. That's down 12 from last year at this point. Only 55 sexual abuse cases. Good job. They've cut that in half. Assault with a deadly weapon. It's down 20% to 541. That's more than 2 a day. That is that is more than 2 a fucking day. None to see here. None to see here at all. Robbery, 902. Total violent crime for the year so far, 1,599. And while that's down 26%, good for y'all. Good for y'all. It's still 1,599 violent crimes. What are we, month? We're in August, right? That's the 8th month. We still got 4 months to go. 4 months to go. That's another, if we do the math up, that's another 400 violent crimes over the next 120 days. But don't worry, because ain't nothing gonna happen to you as long as you're a reporter who goes out during the day to tell people how great the city is. You know what's funny to me? I've seen very few people talking about this, you know, and I'm not talking Chuck Schumer, the douchebag who sent out that Washington Post column. Actual people in DC. You don't see those people getting much attention because they're out there going, I don't know what all these fucking politicians are talking about. I'm having to duck at night because a bullet's whizzing by. Do you see the property crime there? Property crime, 14,397. Total crime thus far in the year, 15,996. Here's the year-end stats from 2024. Assault with a deadly, 1,026. Son of a bitch. That's almost 3 a month, or 3 a day. Total violent crime, 3,469. That is almost 10 violent crimes every fucking day. Every day. And if their other crimes look like they're going down about 26%. And remember, we know some of the books have been cooked on that. That's not a guess. That is their own internal investigations. At least one of their 7 wards was misfiling shit. And as far as I know, they haven't fixed that. And totally wasn't anyone else. But even if it comes down to 20%, you're still talking. Let's see, what is that? We would have to take off 600 crimes, so you're still going to finish with 2,800 violent crimes for the year. Beautiful. And all this is happening in like 70 square miles. No, sir. Less than 10. The DC is incredibly small. That's why the crime per square inch is so huge on it, is because it's a really small fucking city. This isn't 70 square miles. The DC proper, this is laid out in the Constitution. The size of DC is supposed to be 10 square miles. And it's amazing how short of a distance it is from crime A to crime B there in DC. But all these fucking dumbass honkies. Here, you guys want to see the guy who shared this one out? Look at this little prick. Do you think this guy's ever walked anywhere at night? Much less the bad part of town? He couldn't find any graffiti in all of Washington, D.C. Dude, I live in a tiny fucking town where our crime rate is minuscule. We haven't had a murder in this town in like 30 fucking years. I can find graffiti. We have graffiti here, but there's none in D.C. The number of cars stolen each year is about 3,000. So they're way too busy stealing cars to ever tag anything. Are you fucking with me? You couldn't find any graffiti in DC? Yeah, his little tweet here. Let's go back. I've lived in this city for 12 out of the last 14 years. I love it. I've seen crime, sure, got mugged once, had my car damaged by a vandal. But the idea that DC is a violent hellscape is a total fantasy, a delusion, a fairy tale told by people scared of their own shadows. Let's look at him again. I'm fairly certain I can make that guy pee himself with just a mean look. But he's going to talk about people who are afraid of their own shadows. Hey, honky, I'll make you a deal. You and me. Let's go walk through Brentwood at night. I'll do it. I don't mind. But you and me, let's in our regular clothes, you wear your gay little suit there. I'll wear my jeans and a t-shirt. And let's see what happens. Let's see if we make it all the way to the other side without you peeing, without you needing to take your suit to the dry cleaner. The first time a black guy coughed near you at night, you would pee. You probably shit yourself and run. It's the safest city ever. Fuck off. When you're telling your story about how there's no, hey, it's not the criminal hellscape. When you're this goddamn Lily White and you're living up in your fucking ivory tower and you've still been mugged and had your car vandalized, that should tell you something. I've never been mugged in my city. I've never been mugged in any city. You're not supposed to get mugged. Fuck this little mayonnaise bitch. This mayonnaise American is giving us all a bad name. Meanwhile, you know who has to live with this shit? We read that story the other day, right? What was that? That was in, I forget what publication that was. You have to go back like 3 shows to find it. But they were like, Donald Trump is wrong about crime. But he's kind of right about crime, and we should probably fix it before some shit gets out of hand. And who are the people most likely to say that there's a crime problem in DC? It's not lily white men who never leave their lily white neighborhoods. It's black women. Those are the ones most worried about crime and say crime's a problem. But don't worry, Lily White Boy here, he know better than the black girl living in the hood. You know, when he's at his luxury apartment with a doorman who carries guns, he feels safe. When he's going to the really nice parts of town or driving down to Arlington or out to Fairfax or anywhere in Virginia where he might spend his actual time, he's not worried about it there. It's the black folks who got to deal with this shit, because it's the poorer neighborhoods. That's where crime is going to be running rampant, because they don't have the police presence. I love that they go to these fucking national monuments where there's literal military guard on them. They're like, there's no gangs here. Really, Opie? I'm shocked. I was expecting them to take on the National fucking Guard at a national fucking monument. Oh, I fucking hate these people. But he doesn't have to worry about it, so it's clearly not a problem. But again, going back to the Puerto Rico thing, remember? I mean, that was so blatant. Before, it kind of reminds me of the Ukraine thing too. Before Putin invades Ukraine, there's stories all over the media about how, hey, there's a bunch of fucking Nazis in Ukraine. Russia invades Ukraine, and suddenly it's a conspiracy theory to say there's Nazis in the Ukrainian army. How dare you suggest that? But that same thing happened with Puerto Rico. Before Donald Trump says there's corrupt officials there were stories about the corruption in Puerto Rico. But then Donald Trump says it, and they're like, oh, what? Huh? I was looking over that, and I didn't hear what you said. What? No. Corruption? That couldn't be. Couldn't be. Those are brown people, and they never do anything wrong, sir. And that's the damn shame about this part with DC, because that the people that will benefit from this the most is the black community, because they're the ones suffering the most right now with the violent crime. But hey, Donald Trump's racist. Hey, Opie, why don't you go ask a black woman, if you aren't too afraid of them, and ask them what they think. And I'm not talking about the people in Congress. Go ask some. I want you to go to, what kind of stores are in DC? I'm imagining they don't have like a giant Walmart there. What store would you go shop at a DC? Do they have 7-Elevens there? Go find a black woman working at a 7-Eleven who lives out in Brentwood, and ask her if she thinks there's a crime problem, you fucking piece of shit. Honky Kong. That is one of the whitest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. God damn. All right, let's see. What else do I have on my agenda today? I have no idea. Normally I scroll my Twitter before I go live and be like, what do I have today? And I honestly have no idea. I haven't been. Oh God, this is great. Did you guys see this video? Did you see the that's not the right video. Somebody put Harry Sisson's face on it. This is the video. All right, we're going to turn off the music so we don't get a copyright strike. And this is the Minnesota Vikings. I don't have a problem with them having a male dancer on their little dance squad, but did they have to get the gayest guy they could find? Holy shit. Vikings fans are going to be paying for this one all year long. So they changed it from, I think they were called the Viking Girls or something like that. Now it's just a Viking dance squad, and they added 2 guys to it. I'm using the term guy very lightly here. But I don't really have a problem with them having a little gay dancer on there. There's gay guys who watch football. They should get cheerleaders the same way we do. And college teams, somebody mentioned the stunt work that college guys on cheerleading squads have, and some, okay, let's be honest, it's some do stunt work and others are this guy. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't mind this. Hey, no, play it again, Sam. There we go. I'm offended at whoever recorded this because I want to see that blonde who's walking beside him. Baby got back, and I'm having to watch this thing. Anyway, I'm just glad that even though he's clearly the twinklingest twink of all, at least he's not calling himself a woman. I know it's a small victory, but at least this flamboyantly gay guy is still a guy. What's up, Jack? How you doing, my friend?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
I'm tired but good, thanks. We're watching the Minnesota Twinks here.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw you were playing this. I was like, how long do I want to wait before I go show?
I don't really have a problem with it, if I'm being honest. I don't. Males have been on cheerleading squads for a long time. I don't care. But like I said, I'm just happy that I'm not having to pretend he's a girl.
Yeah, there is that.
That's a small victory that I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
We're not no, he's totally a female. He tucks. This is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Plus, it's Minnesota Vikings, so they're gay anyway. Just saying.
We just thought the whole team was like that.
Yeah. Their colors are purple and yellow. You expected them to be butch?
It's hard to be like super masculine and pull off purple and yellow.
I am curious how they went Vikings. Yeah, purple and yellow sounds right. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like the old comic books where they only had so many palette choices and they got stuck with purple and yellow.
Maybe, I guess. I don't hate purple and yellow together, but Viking, really?
Yeah, I mean, that would have been better suited for like the dressmakers or something.
Here, one more time while we're still talking about it. I want to watch her. Damn it.
Yeah, right? I don't want to. Why do we have to look at the dude? I don't care that there's a dude on the team. I just don't want to see him because I don't care about the clearly flamboyant young fella that's out there prancing around like a nimble little elf that wants to be a dentist, bunny ears. Can we see the hot chick that's all lean and muscular bending over there?
I will say this. It reminds me of something I learned watching NSYNC back when they were popular. A lot of these choreographed dances and stuff, when you only see one person doing it, it looks retarded.
Yeah.
You have to see the whole squad doing it together. That's what makes it impressive. Just one person doing it actually looks pretty bad.
Yeah, that's very true. I used to watch dance practice videos from some of the K-pop ladies because they put up the practice videos before they, to kind of like show you how they practice. And it just looks like you're flailing around.
Yeah. You got to have the whole group together.
Yeah.
Yep, Monk is gay. Listen to NSYNC. I didn't say I listened to NSYNC. Actually, one of my sons was a big NSYNC fan. And as a good father, I paid attention to what my children were doing.
Rub it in. Some of us are bad parents.
That I have family or that I have good kids?
Yeah, both. Thanks. Ouch.
All right. We're going to do this. This guy is going to go over questions on the citizenship test, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen this guy a lot. He pops up in my, what do they call those? Reels? The shorts that they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because, like, I watch him, like, every 100th one. But every now and then there's a video he's talking about that I want to see the raw video of.
I got one question wrong.
Oh, yeah?
And I was really upset at the question I got wrong. All right.
Leave. Number 1. What is the supreme law of the land?
He's going to give us the answers, but I'm going to give each of you a chance to answer as well. Jack, do you know what the supreme law of the land is?
Batman.
It is Batman.
I mean, that's just obvious. Or Judge Dredd,
The
depending on
Constitution.
what universe you're in.
We got a couple of folks got the answer, got it in time. It is the Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely.
Batman's better answer.
It is, but it's not true.
Oh, well, I'm not giving you serious answers, so you should know better.
The Constitution. Number 2. What does the Constitution do?
The Quran. Shut up, ABC.
Good one, ABC. Let's see. It'd be what does it do? It sits there and waits for Nick Cage to steal it.
It does, indeed. Well, actually, that was the declaration he was going after.
Yeah, in that movie.
The Constitution sets up our government, and it's lays out the role of government, federal government. Jack.
Yeah, if you want to get technical.
Sets up government, defines government, and protects basic rights of Americans.
I hear what he's getting at with the basic rights of Americans. It lays out the basic rights. It doesn't really protect them because we get screwed on those all the time. But I take your point. All right. How you guys doing so far? At this point, I was 2-0.
Number
Okay.
3,
Yeah.
the idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are those 3 words?
Self-government, the first 3 words of the Constitution. If you guys don't know the first 3 words of the Constitution, I don't like you.
I believe the original draft, I know this, was Suck It, King.
Suck it, King is correct.
I think they revised that out. Maybe made it something like We the People or some bullshit like that.
Even the Aussies are getting this one. Even everybody knows the first 3 words of the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, Suck It, George. Yeah. Suck It, King.
We the people. Number 4. What
yeah, that's the
is
later revisions.
We the people. Number 4. What is an amendment?
I don't like his answer to this, and I'll explain why. What's an amendment, guys? By the way, he specifically means what is an amendment to the Constitution. And an amendment is kind of just saying what is an amendment, unless you're taking the citizenship test, what she's talking about. It's kind of specific to the situation you're talking about. It's all the same basic thing, but all right. Answer.
A change to the Constitution or an addition to the Constitution?
Can you tell what pissed me off about his answer?
Yeah, I can, because it's an amendment. It amends. It's very clearly in the word.
An addition to the Constitution would be a change. You don't have to say a change or addition, because an addition is a change.
I get what he's trying to say, but it's a bit redundant.
But so far, I was perfect at this point.
Number 5. What do we call the first 10 rights in the Constitution?
This one's easy, ladies and gentlemen. You should know this. Has anybody missed a question so far? And be honest, I'll make fun of you either way.
I mean, so far these are easy.
They are. They really are. But believe it or not, a lot of people can't do this.
Yeah, I know. But we talk about a lot of this stuff fairly regular. So
hang on one second.
The Bill of Rights. Number 6. What is one right from the First Amendment?
I actually, because he only asked for one right, I did miss one of these, but I got all the others, so I still gave myself credit because he only asked for one.
There's what, 5?
I think so. You know which one I forgot?
Freedom of
Press.
the press.
Yeah. Yes. I got all the other ones, but my brain could not give me press. Probably because I think our press is fucking shit.
Well, they're not exactly doing their job.
I would have accepted speech, religion, press, assembly, or petition the government. Number 7, how many amendments are there in the Constitution?
This is the one I got wrong. I was off by 1.
Shit. I'll probably get this one wrong. Was 28?
So far, only one person in chat has it correct. Got a couple more with it correct.
27.
When I was doing this, I answered 26. So if this was The Price is Right, I would have won and you would have lost because you went over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was closest without going over. The 27th Amendment of the United States Constitution, I'd forgotten all about this. It is the constitutional amendment that says that if Congress gives itself a pay raise, it doesn't go into effect until the next Congress.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I don't know why I thought there were 28, but apparently I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Technically, only 26 are still in effect.
Yeah, because we canceled one.
We canceled one of them out. Yeah.
Fucking prohibition.
Yep. So I was wrong, but only 26 are still in effect. So I feel like I was still kind of right.
Well, you can feel vindicated on that front. You would have got both the vacations and whatever the prizes were.
Yes.
And I would have walked away with nothing except bitterness and anger.
Yes.
Number 8. What did the Declaration of Independence do?
Told the British to fuck off. Boy, did we start on the right foot, Jack.
I know, right?
I would have accepted announced our independence from Great Britain, declared our independence from Great Britain, or said that we are free from Great Britain.
When I answered this, when I watched the first time, when I answered it for the first time, I said declared independence from them because, I mean, it is the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a declaration of bankruptcy.
Yeah. I declare bankruptcy.
Number 9. What are the 3 rights in the Declaration of Independence?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Indeed.
Or property, if you want to go with draft number 1.
Yeah. Well, life, liberty, and property ends up in what? Is it the 6th Amendment? You shan't be denied life, liberty, property without due process of law.
Yeah, it's typically the 4th and 6th, depending on circumstance. Like securing your property and papers is 4th, right?
What's that? Broke up just a little bit. That's all.
Oh, sorry. Apparently, I have too much shit going on here. Being secure in your property and papers is 4th, but I thought, and then 6th is something related to that. It just defines it a little more. What I don't know. I've been up all night, dude. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about anymore.
We got the declaration right. We got the answer right.
Yeah, because we're awesome. So
Life,
fuck it.
Liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Number 10. What is freedom of religion?
Now, this one I don't really like his answer either because I gave the First Amendment answer. What the First Amendment says is that Congress shall make no law regarding the establishment of a religion or preventing the free exercise thereof. I think I have that verbatim. If not, it is very, very, very closely paraphrased.
Mm-hmm.
You can practice any religion or not practice any religion. Those are
Okay. No, that I was with you till you got to that answer, guy. It is how it's basically been interpreted by the courts and stuff, but that's not actually what it says. You're free to practice whatever religion you want, and Congress can't make any laws regarding the establishment of one. So, yeah, I still give him some credit for it because that's the modern day interpretation. But it really does bother me that I know that there's people out there, Americans, who could not have answered some of those questions.
Yeah.
And none of those are hard. All of that should be taught no later than 4th grade. Like, seriously, if you haven't learned that shit by 4th grade, all of your teachers before then should be kicked in the crotch.
Well, they don't teach any of this stuff anymore.
I know. All they teach is there was slavery.
Yeah, and that's mostly anti-Americanism and about your no-no bits.
All right, guys. No, it was just the first 10 questions, Average Joe. How'd you guys do on the first 10 questions? Like I said, I got 9 out of 10, and it was fucking the number of amendments. Oh, I was off by 1. That ate my lunch, man. I was upset by that because I knew it was close. I knew I was like 26, I think, and I forgot about that stupid one that we never should have even had to do. The idea that Congress can pass a raise for themselves at that moment, frankly, it shouldn't go into effect for 2 more Congresses. There should be a whole Congress between when it's passed and when it gets into active duty.
It's a duty.
Because if all these assholes decide to give themselves a raise on December 31st, and the next Congress comes in a couple of, they've already been reelected. That's some bullshit. They shouldn't get to vote on that. There should be a whole year or a whole 2-year period where they can't vote. And for the Senate, it should take at least 8 years to kick in. Because for Congress, for the House, every 2 years is fine. But for the Senate, that's half of these assholes got at least 4 years left at that point.
Yeah.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Well, most of what Congress does is bullshit, so.
Did anybody do really badly on it? 7 out of 10? That's not horrible. That's still passing, at least when I was in school. That's a 70%, Jack.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with being a C student.
That's a D when I was a kid. That's the lowest D you could get and still pass. These days, you can get like 50 and still pass. That's some shit, man. Yeah, what was ours? 70 or 69 was failing. I feel like some puritanical teacher gave us that.
Yeah. Usually that's a D range. 70 is usually a C.
Where did you go that 70 was a C?
I live in Ohio, dude. We're all dumb.
Every school I was at, 70 was the lowest you could get in pass. 69 was a fail.
Depending on what school district you went to, some of them said D's were failing, but almost all of them would let you go on ahead with a D or better. You might have to do some remedial nonsense.
The horror on the screen, talking about the one in the pink, not the 2 politicians.
Oh, I was going to say, that's a lot of coverage there, buddy.
Look, I have not dug into Mamdani, however you say his goddamn name, his plan on this. But Eric Adams is ripping into him for wanting to make prostitution illegal or make prostitution legal. Now, my take on prostitution pretty much hasn't changed since I first learned what prostitution is. I don't understand why it's a crime. I don't think it should be a crime. It's between the two people involved, and by keeping it a crime, all you're doing is making it more dangerous for everybody involved. I would never go to a prostitute, but I don't think I should be able to keep that whore on the screen from making money selling her pussy. She can give it away. Why can't she sell it?
She's not really selling it. She's renting it.
Renting it, whatever. I don't understand that. Other than we come from a very puritanical society and they're like, no. And politicians have wives. And so they're like, no, keep the whores hidden. That said, why is it only with prostitution that Ma'am Danny is like, yeah, I'm for capitalism? He gonna put
There's
some price.
Sorry.
You think he's gonna have like price controls on the puss?
Yeah, I was about to go there. Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be a unionization of hoes, and they're going to set standard pricing, working hours, conditions, that sort of thing.
Do you think they will go with hose local 6'9" or local hose 6'9"?
That's a tough one. I think they'll have to vote on that.
I feel like you got to put local first in this case. You right?
Local hose?
Because normally it's like auto workers, local dick suck, whatever. But you got to put the local in front so everybody knows that's a homegrown hoe.
What if it's not? What if it's a filthy carpetbagging hoe?
Oh, well, we call those scabs.
Yeah, scabby hoe?
Scabby
hoe. That could be considered defamation at that point. I mean, you're gonna have to come up with new terms for all this stuff. This is a very complicated issue.
This is a guy who wants to give government groceries. We're gonna have government-run hoes in New York soon.
Yeah, so get ready for a lot of scratchy crotches out there. You've
got to make it so that everybody can afford hose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, affordable hose is one of the most important things on his platform, I think.
To each according to his need, and sometimes some dudes need a hoe.
Yeah, need a hoe.
Need a hoe.
Is that my Indian name?
Welfare hose. How long? Oh, we already got tons of welfare hose, Delahaye. Tons of them.
Yeah, that's very true.
Hoes make more off welfare than Walmart employees. I'm just saying. Well, why suddenly is capitalism okay when it's prostitutes? I don't get it.
That's typical commie. He picks and chooses what he wants out of capitalism.
Yeah, I get you. Oh, God, can you imagine how bad commie hoes would be?
They're going to be really dirty, man.
If you think commie medical care sucks, wait till you get commie hose, man. Oh,
that's going to be some crotch stank like you had never pictured before.
But yeah, he's called. Adams is calling out Ma'am Donnie for this. Remember, Adams is in the race. Everybody's already decided that Zolfron, whatever his fucking name is, he's going to be the winner. And he probably is, Jack. But Adams is running as an independent, and he could still win. This little fucker keeps saying really stupid shit, and I keep hoping that the people in New York finally go, wait, what did he say?
Right?
I don't think they will because they're in New York, and I'm convinced that they're all retarded. If you're in New York right now listening to this show, you might be retarded.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a Democrat that wins either way. So,
oh my God, I see. Delahaye says coochie ponds, like coupon. What about puss snaps? You know, like they got the snap cards, but puss snap. Everybody running around with their puss snap card. That would be awesome. I wonder if they would put a picture on it. Did you see that picture that Milo Yiannopoulos put up of the snake?
I don't know. I saw a few things he posted recently.
Okay, I'm going to take this down because I don't want to spoil it from anybody watching the screen. I still follow Milo. I don't pay a lot of attention to him because mostly all he does is repeat stupid shit Laura Loomer has said.
Yeah.
I want to see Milo. Milo. There we go. He put up a picture of a snake, and it caused some upset, Jack.
What? Milo doing some kind of shocking thingamajig?
Well, I mean, in this case, I want him to be wrong. All right, you ready?
I suppose.
It says Almighty God made them look the same for a reason.
I did see this. It's fucking funny.
He's not wrong.
I mean, look, the warning signs are around us. You just have to pay attention to them.
For the record, when I first saw this, I was like, did they Photoshop a vagina onto that? But no, that's the snake's mouth. Most of the guys who saw this were laughing at it. There were a couple of them going, you must be gay. If you look at that and you don't go, oh my God, that looks close enough, then you just haven't seen one. The women folk were less than impressed with this post, Jack.
Some would say they were venomous about it.
You can never unsee that once you've seen it.
Yeah.
There we go. Back to my stuff. Where were we? Oh, this is a great one since we started on the crime thing. The former, she used to be the mayor there, right? I forget her name.
Mayor Muriel Bowser announced her safer, stronger anti-crime legislation. So this morning, she went to Capitol Hill to testify before the House Oversight Committee about crime in the district and ways to reduce it.
Access to firearms is a national problem.
Of course.
And we need common sense gun reform.
Sure.
We also need this Congress to give the mayor control of the DC National Guard.
Huh. I don't remember anybody on the left freaking out that the mayor of DC was asking for the National Guard. And not just for the National, to have control of the National Guard, Jack.
Yeah, it seems like that might be a bit dangerous to hand that kind of power over to. I mean, there's a reason that these powers were instilled the way they are.
But Trump putting National Guard in DC. Hey, what? How dare you, motherfucker? You're just racist.
Well, yeah, that's a given, right? Yo, filthy bigots.
But they never pay attention. Oh, and our white girl of the day. Is this the white girl I'm thinking of?
Reminder that the men who did me the most dirty in my life.
Oh, no, this is the other one.
Oh, she's a dirty girl, huh?
She's a dirty girl. She's been done dirty.
Yeah, she has.
Her puss snaps were used all the way up.
We're all leftists, intersectional feminists, people who love to work with women, people who.
Hey, sweetie, I could have saved you a shit ton of trouble in your life if you'd started watching this show a decade ago.
Yeah, and actually listen to what was said on here because we're very smart men.
Surrounded themselves with women because that was the staging so that if anything ever happened, which it did a lot with these people, if anything ever happened, they could run cover for each other and say, well, no, I only work with women. Well, no, my girlfriend, we have the best relationship. I would almost prefer the outright misogyny of right-wing men.
I would almost prefer the outright misogyny of right-wing men than men molesting me and, as she said, doing me dirty. So, ladies, there's a couple of you in chat right now. I have my misogynistic tendencies from time to time. Would you rather me make jokes about women and how much they suck, or a noodle arm panty waist feeling you up when you're trying to sleep and pretending he didn't?
Yeah, there's really not a lot of choice there. I mean,
well, in this chick's mind there is, because she would almost prefer the misogyny. Almost.
yeah, look, most so-called misogynists these days just make crass jokes like we do. Like, we're just goofing off and being silly. They blow it way out of proportion, but they'll put themselves in these rooms with guys that would absolutely take advantage of them when they're drunk.
Yeah. Phantom, I need a name, my friend. I just need a name. Yeah, anybody in 2025 who's shocked that male feminists and intersectional male feminists are a bunch of rapey motherfuckers has not been paying attention. Don't worry, when I sing to your son, I will not say motherfucker.
I make no guarantees.
Yeah, I just need a name to sing to, my friend. If you want, I can say Phantom. You don't have to give his real name. Just give us something that we can call him. Believe it or not, Little Butt's name is not Little Butt. Throwing that out there. James, okay. James, I hear it's your birthday. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, James. Hope you have a good one. Really, really do, my friend. All right, back to our crazy lady.
And the way that they handle women, to the insidious nature of lecherous leftist men.
Like Gavin Newsom, who banged his best friend's wife, or his friend's wife.
Because it's calculated. Right-wing men, I don't know if they're smart enough to be able to pull off the long con.
I like that she thinks it takes deep brain power to trick women.
Yeah. Well, I hear you can mesmerize them with cheese. They'll be fascinated with it. So
I twice now she's insulted right-wing men in her screed about how much left-wing men suck.
Yeah. Which is pretty impressive because she's describing them as like rapey. But it's either dumb or rapey. I'm not sure why you're drawing such comparisons, but here we are.
Blue Eyed said that's why she has those types of men around her, right? It's not that I'm not smart enough to trick you, sweetie. I'm not a douchebag. There's a difference. I actually have respect for women. I wouldn't pull that shit. And in her mind, see, that's what it is in her mind. All men suck. All men suck. It's just right-wing men aren't smart enough to trick her into taking the roofies. They can't keep, they're not smart enough for that long game. Can't imagine why you keep getting used, sweetie.
Yeah, with a sparkling personality like that.
That leftist men do to get women, to abuse women. It is an impressive display of people.
It's really not. It's not impressive at all. It's pretty simple. Because you guys you like to hear yourselves. And okay, gentlemen, don't do this to women. But if you really just need a chick in your life, you want somebody to have and hold for a little while until you're, can't fake it anymore. Just repeat back to them what they say. Like this chick here, if I wanted to get with her, I'd get the lobotomy, and then I would just be like, doesn't Donald Trump suck so much? He's out there trying to take away your rights. And as a man, we really shouldn't have any kind of say in those kind of things. And she'd be like, he is so smart. He cares so much. And I'd be like, I wish I could have a period too. It's not fair that you guys have to have them. It's not hard to manipulate whoops. Probably shouldn't be saying that out loud. It's not hard to manipulate people. It really isn't. And especially women, and especially dumbass. I never knew my dad, or I did, and he wouldn't come to the recital ladies like this. It's like, this is like bragging that you banged a stripper, right? Nailing this bitch is like, ooh, daddy issues. It was easy to get in there? Weird.
Yeah.
Men to abuse women. It is an impressive display of peacocking, of pretending to be a feminist only to do really heinous acts on the down low. And that is something that I have seen across entertainment industries. That is something that's super prevalent in politics. It's this idea, it's this smokescreen that's created that says, like, because I'm friends with women, because I respect women, it could never be me. So when allegations come out and you have all of these smart women who are friends with these people.
I just want to, I believe smart women exist. I just don't believe that all of these women she's talking about are smart women, or they would have seen through this shit. You ever seen the abortion episode of Always Sunny? Where
yes.
Dennis pretends he's going to be an abortion supporter. And so he goes over to that side and he's hitting on the chicks, and they're like, how dare you? Because they see right through it. I don't understand how these women don't see right through it. I totally think men suck.
It's true believer syndrome, dude. They want it to be true.
Yes.
Until they realize, what kind of guys these actually are.
Yeah, until they wake up with a finger in their butt and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you know what bothers me most about it? These people never blow up because one chick has accused them. Finally, one chick tells, and like six other, like, yeah, he stuck his finger in my butt when I was sleeping too.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I thought you were lying when you said it until he made me smell his finger. Oh, that just got dark. My bad.
A little bit.
Hey, Data, how you been, my friend?
Hey, Data.
Being like, oh my God, I'm genuinely shocked by this. That's all staging.
You can't say smart women and genuinely shocked that male feminists are shitbags. Though one of these things doesn't belong with the other. And there's only two choices, Jack.
Yeah.
It's all on purpose so that it feels too ridiculous to believe.
No, see, this is where you're wrong and where you're giving them intelligence that they don't have. They do believe that they are these better men. They're not in a con the way that you think about it. They're wolves, and they put on the sheep's clothing. But they actually do think they're the sheep. See, they think once they're in that you want them to put their finger in your butt when you're sleeping. I don't know why I went with finger in the butt. Because that would really offend me. If I woke up with a finger in my butt, there's going to be some words.
Yeah, I don't think there would be intelligible words. It'd mostly be just somebody crying for help as you're beating them to death. But I get what you're saying. And it's a better analogy than what these guys are actually doing.
There's this idea that people like, oh, I can get in there. It's not that overt. It's more like recognizing an easy target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not insidious. I'm not saying at some point they don't realize what they're doing, but I don't think they set out that way. I do believe that what they're doing is trying to impress these women.
But
Genuinely
that doesn't work.
Fair. But I do think generally they're not trying to impress them thinking, I'm going to rape her later. They're thinking, she'll be so impressed with how feminine I am, she'll just give it up. And then after a while, when you don't give it up, you wake up with his finger in your butt because he's a shitbag. Because he didn't go into it with the right mentality to begin with.
And he feels owed.
Yeah.
It's so gross. And it's crazy to see it play out yet again.
And yet right-wing men still are the problem. You would almost, Jack, prefer the misogyny of right-wing men.
Almost, but oh my God, they're like barbarians.
Do you get what she's saying here? She would rather still hang out with a creepy rapist than somebody who says, repeal the 19th.
Well, you know, it kind of goes back to that
And
man versus bear scenario they like to use these days.
I'm sorry. At that point, when you are so fucking deluded that you can see the problem and you'd still rather hang out with the guys who are going to fucking rape you, allegedly, than the guy who might offend you a little bit, you're kind of asking for it. I know we're not supposed to say that out loud.
Well, it's hard to have sympathy when they put themselves in these situations knowing what they're getting into.
He's a rapist, but he says all the right things. So he's still better than that guy over there who doesn't rape me, but says that I shouldn't be allowed to vote. He might rape me, but at least he thinks I should have a vote, except in the rape thing.
Yeah,
this is fucking retarded. The bear told her, fuck off, bitch. This ain't Baldur's Gate, right?
They were so mean.
Oh man. I just she's literally asking for it at this point.
In the public sphere. And I'm so happy we're not falling for it. Oh, and also the convenience of surrounding yourself with women and being a safe place for women means that you also have so much access to your next victim. It's so easy to be an advocate for women when they're also the pool that you pull from whenever you want to abuse them.
And she'd still rather hang out with that guy than the right-wing guy. How do you get this brain broke?
Did you see that video I posted earlier about the chick that was living in her car?
I don't think I did. I saw the one who was recovering from whiteness, and we'll get to her later.
Yeah, I've been busy on X today. But yeah, there's another video, the one I was talking about, this chick living in her car. There's so much brainwashing in this left-wing sphere that they really would rather put themselves in harm's way than deal with people that are outside of their political affiliations. It's really terrifying.
Looney Lenny, thank you so much. It's funny how the description of male feminists and incel have a lot of crossover. They really do, but at least oh God, I can't believe I said that. At least the male feminists will actually go out and hang out with chicks instead of being afraid of them to the way incels are.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
You're super cool for raping my friends. At least you don't vote for Trump. That's just so retarded. What was this one?
Look at their heroes, dude. They stand up for drug dealers and pedos all the time.
Fair. True. All right.
This is the moment just after 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon when Michelle's mother, who was on her way to pick up Michelle's child at Linda Vista Elementary, saw ICE agents in unmarked vehicles outside their Linda Vista home. So Michelle started recording video showing agents with faces covered questioning a man who was inside a red car. All of it happening less than 100 yards away from Linda Vista Elementary.
100 yards. It was within 100 yards of the school, Jack.
No.
And they were like hitting the car and telling the guy like, get out the car. And he was like, why?
Michelle asked us not to show her face for security reasons. She says she watched in horror as the man, who appeared to be frightened, was handcuffed and then taken away.
They showed us the video. Did he look super frightened to you, Jack?
No.
He looked like, shit, I'm getting arrested.
Michelle later found out that he was waiting to pick up his child at the school.
I am told that the father who was detained was concerned about his child's welfare and who was going to get them from school.
Now, here's where my first question, actually, this is my second question, but we're going to do it in reverse order. So the first question I'm going to ask is, who picked up that child? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Jack, in this story, they never mention that child being left at the school. And if they were left at the school, that would have been in this report. They'd be like, they didn't know what to do with the kid. They had to make emergency arrangements. None of that shit is said in here. So I have a guess about what actually happened here, and we'll get to it in a minute.
Diego Unified School Superintendent Fabiola Bagula held a press conference condemning the ICE agents for making the arrest just minutes before school was letting out and so close to Linda Vista Elementary, which
these ICE agents knew he was there. Notice it's a singular arrest.
Yeah.
It's not an ICE raid where they're just going in and trying to grab as many as it's one guy that they were specifically after.
as students as young as 3 years old.
It left children, families, and staff with questions and fears that no one, especially our youngest learners, should have to carry.
Okay, the kids are scared. You just say, the police arrested somebody. The end.
They arrested a bad man.
Yeah. And instead, you know what they did. Oh my God, kids, calm down, calm down. The kids are sitting there picking their noses and eating it and going, I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the teachers, probably with blue hair and problem glasses, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God. That was a pretty quick, quiet takedown. They went, you can see most of it right there.
Yeah.
Who brought the kids' attention to it?
Superintendent Bagula says she wants parents, teachers, and students to know that ICE agents are not allowed to come on any campus without a warrant.
And there may be a lot of...
Okay, that's as much as I care about this story. The way they got that guy, I bet you they had a warrant.
Quite likely.
This was a targeted arrest. This was not, like I said, this wasn't a ICE sweep. This was, he's going to be here at this time. And I do wonder if there's a mother of the child involved in calling and letting them know where he would be. Because
that's a possibility.
The child was picked up with no issue because they tell us he was worried about who's going to get the kid. But then they never tell us. But then, like, I'd like to remind you that you can't come on the campus. They were across the street and 100 yards away. That's not the campus. There's no reason to bring that up.
Not at all. I'm guessing the whole thing was a clever ruse. They called him and said, hey, you need to come to the school, get your kid. And he's like, oh, okay, something's going on. I got to go get the kid. And it was really ICE the entire time.
I could see that too. Yeah.
I mean, if they had a warrant for him and they knew his phone number, yeah, why would they set up a sting? It was like the old days when they used to be like, you got a free TV, come get it.
I had to take that off the screen for a minute because I need to go into our DMs. Oh, did you not DM that one to me? Was that just on your timeline where I saw it?
I don't know.
Yeah. It was just on your timeline.
Ah.
I didn't want to go into our DMs and have people read us not really talking to each other.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
much, if we say it on the air, we said it in DMs. That's about it.
I saw that Understatement's still here, so I wanted to do this for him because he's going to yell at me about what I'm going to have to say here. Sorry, I got to give you my honest first impression I had when I watched this video.
As a non-practicing white, I'd like to just throw this out there because...
Sweetie, just because you're big enough for black guys to fuck you now doesn't mean you're a non-practicing white. You're still honky. You can't get rid of that. Doesn't matter how many black guys you let in there.
Ew.
I'm just saying.
I mean, if we can all change our like, you're not a practicing Caucasian anymore. What does that even mean? Like, can we race swap? Did they give Rachel Dolezal a bunch of this shit for like cultural appropriation and being a fake race or something? Like, are we allowed to do that now? Is that okay? Can we all claim oppressed status?
I was watching. This is a kind of an aside, but it goes to stereotypes and stuff. I was watching JFK the other day, and there's a moment where they're talking about where everybody is in the book depository, and I forget the guy's name, but the one black guy is up on this. I think it's on the 6th floor, maybe the 5th floor, eating his chicken lunch, and I'm like, you know, I like chicken too. Do you know anybody who doesn't like chicken? Everybody likes chicken. How come only the black people get chicken?
I don't know, but if somebody told me they didn't like chicken, my first thought is they're a reptilian.
Everybody eats chicken because it's tasty.
Yeah, it's delicious.
She eats like 6 of them a minute.
As I feel like maybe there's like a phase that everyone goes through before they finally hit like non-practicing white, and I feel like it's like whites in recovery.
Whites in recovery. To my black audience members, when you see something like this, do you look at it and go, she is so virtuous? Or do you go, bitch, what? Because as a white man, all I could do is go, bitch, what? And I imagine that as normal people with just different pigmentation, you probably had a similar reaction. Because it's the normal reaction to this kind of retardation.
Let me address the black audience for a minute. Guys, black men specifically, if you come across a woman that says that she is a non-practicing white person or something along those lines, don't stick your dick in crazy.
True.
The last thing you want is this breeding with this chick by accident, because she will trap you, and then you're attached to her for 20 years.
I just wonder who this is for. I mean, other than other white bitches. Oh, she's so courageous. I'm going to become non-practicing white too. But I can't imagine that there's any minority out there who looked at this and went, that's my hero. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them eat too much.
Yeah.
I don't understand who this would be for.
Virtue.
I'm a recovering Caucasian. I kind of like that.
Why? She's very impressed with herself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, there's one thing that unites the majority of the left, and that's smugness.
Being up their own ass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some heroes wear bibs. Indeed.
I kind of like that because we're always like, even if we're non-practicing, there are still times that our privilege slips up. Let's be real, okay? We're still learning. We are still practicing. I feel like we are Caucasians in recovery. So
I feel like you're mentally retarded.
I agree with that.
I feel like we're in recovery. We've got to do better. I hate you and everything about you, and I hope bad things happen to you. I hope she gets that that disease black guys get that turns their skin white, and it makes her even whiter than she is.
The Michael Jackson disease?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She turns into an albino. She turns looking like powder.
Do you know who Chris Calico is?
I've heard the name. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
He's a rapper. He used to rap with Tech Nine, and he has a YouTube channel where he does like reactions and stuff. And I always wondered why he wore his sunglasses in his videos, and he took them off once to show people. He's got that thing, but it's just on his eyelids, so it looks like he's wearing makeup.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really freaky when you see it. Because he said he was talking about some band. He might have been watching a Kiss video, and they got their makeup on. He's like, I never did face makeup stuff. He goes, people always think I do, and he pops it up. He goes, no, I just have whatever that disease is called. And it just hits your eyelids? That's kind of weird.
Well, he might have it like on other parts of the body that he can cover up.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Because that's
right?
make you very self-conscious.
I feel like if it were me, I would embrace it. I don't have to live with it, so that's easy for me to say, but I think it looks cool, actually.
I think it would kind of depend on where you have it and what the pattern design is, because the last thing you want is to have like you're a big black dude with really dark skin and you got a white wiener.
Fair. And Chris is a dark-skinned guy, so it's very stark. On our screen is an illegal immigrant who's been in the country since 2018. And yesterday, he killed 3 people making an illegal U-turn on the Florida Expressway.
I'm so shocked.
But he had a valid license. Guess where from?
California.
He had a valid California license. He had a valid commercial driver's license.
Somebody gave this guy a CDL.
He had a CDL as an illegal alien in our country for the last 7 years, and 3 people lost their lives because of it.
Yep.
Don't worry, guys. They gave them all driver's licenses to make everything safer.
Yeah, and look what happens.
And before anybody tells me that, hey, illegals get in less car crashes or whatever other nonsense, 3 people would not be dead if this motherfucker wasn't in the country. You can't be there and be like, it's safer. No, it's not. Because those 3 people are dead. Because this asshole, do you see the picture of what he did to their car there?
Oh, it's horrific.
He pulled an illegal U-turn going to the emergency road between the 2 lanes. And apparently he did it from the middle fucking lane.
Yep.
But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Giving them driver's licenses makes it safer. Satsu has his fundraiser going on right now. Go check that out. I'll drop it into chat. His spices are now in bottles, Jack. Check that out. It's all official looking and shit.
Yeah, he's gotten really good reviews on his stuff too. People say it's delicious.
Yep, there's the fundraiser if you want to help them out. It's for to go somewhere. I know it's on here somewhere. Oh, the Great Northern Mall. He has a chance to set up there, but he's got to raise the funds to be able to do so. So if you can help him out and feel so inclined, please do so. Don't want to watch this video. All right, we're not going to watch this video, but I'm going to throw it into chat. It's words his fiance has trouble pronouncing.
It's funny.
It's fucking amazing. You should watch that. I don't care about that one. Okay, this one we are going to watch. I don't know who made this. And if you're not a Pokemon fan, this might not be as funny to you as it is to me.
I'm back! So you want to fucking go or what, tough guy, huh?
We're ready for you this time, Brock!
As if, buddy, fuck. Honestly, I don't take too much pleasure fucking up a 10-year-old, so just don't tell Professor Oak what happened here today.
Yeah. I watched this way too many times and laughed way too hard at it. I would totally watch Canadian Pokemon. I need that to become a real thing. Get the guys who did Letterkenny to do a Pokemon episode.
Oh my god, that would be funny.
I would watch the shit out of that. What else we got? Oh, all right. This one. Look, I wasn't going to bring Sydney on the screen tonight, and then
Sydney.
I scrolled down and like, yep, we're going to bring her up on the screen. There was a guy who asked, should she be wearing that cross in this picture? Jack, I normally don't fuck with religious people. I let them have their beliefs and don't fuck with them. But he posted this on Saturday. Now, there's going to be some of you out there going, so? I know you guys go to church on Sunday, but the Sabbath is actually Saturday. So if you're going to bitch about her wearing that cross in this outfit and posting a picture, you should not be spreading that picture on your Sabbath. Unless,
you degenerates.
Yeah, the holiest part of this picture is her cross. That's your only saving grace if you posted this on a Saturday. Not my rules, motherfucker. And as I recall, the Ten Commandments doesn't say fuck all about wearing a cross in a bikini, but it absolutely mentions the Sabbath and how you're supposed to treat the day.
Yeah, honor it and keep it holy.
Yeah, and unless you were going for holy shit, then this ain't keeping it holy.
But I think it's important to respect all of God's creation.
Me too. Plus, she looks fine in that thing. I don't know what that one is.
Look at what he made for us to gaze upon. I mean...
The other one I want to talk about. Oh, I guess I do want to jump on this one real quick, too. Look, guys, I'm not saying things haven't gotten more expensive and stuff, but this one just pissed me off. $66 an hour. That's what the minimum wage would need to be today to match the home buying power of boomers in the 70s. Trickle-down economics doesn't work, never has worked, and will never work in an oligarchical society. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, for fuck's sake. These people are so economically illiterate, and they know nothing about governments.
Well, Jack, I went and did the math because that's what I do when people say stupid shit like this.
Yeah, weirdo.
If you look up in 1970 what the average household income, not individual income, household income was, it's about $23,000. No, sorry, it was $9,800. The 23 was home prices. So $9,800. The average household income today is $79,000. It's actually $78,549 or some stupid shit like that. So just round it up, $79,000. That is an increase of about 800%. Now, what's important is the 800% increase in the income. The price of a new home back in 1970 was $23,000. Price of a new home today, these are averages, $210,000, a 900% increase. So income has gone up 800%. home prices have gone up 900%. So it has gone up a little more than wages or than income has. Everybody with me? You know what else has gone up? The average square footage. The average square footage in 1970 of a new home was 1,500 square feet. It is 2,400 today. Can't imagine why prices have outpaced the rest of everything. You know what? Somebody mentioned that this doesn't follow the inflation calculator, and the reason it doesn't is because the inflation calculator is a general rule, basically. $1 in 1970s worth $10 today, or whatever the fuck it works out to. But that doesn't mean everything has gone up exactly that percentage. So I looked this up. Do you know what it cost for a television? They didn't even really have 32-inch televisions back in 70. The average TV was the average large TV was a 25-inch. You know how much that cost? Between
probably about $1,000.
Between $200 and $300 of 1970s money. It's
a lot of money in today's.
Yeah, several $1,000s today. I was in Walmart the other day and saw HD smart TVs, 32-inch for $88.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I have a challenge for all the young people out there who are like, we just can't buy a house like mom and dad did. I got a challenge for you guys. Live like mom and dad did.
What? No, that's not going to happen.
Mom and dad had their mortgage, their car payment, which you can thank Obama for how expensive those are. Cash for clunkers, baby.
Yep.
They had a landline telephone. They had their water bill, their power bill, maybe a gas bill, depending on where you live. Yeah, that's it. No more coffees. Paying $7 for a fucking coffee. You make it at your house from a powder you bought at the store. You can't spend all this goddamn money and be like, mom and dad could buy more than we could.
Well, that's part of the problem is financial literacy on the part of younger generations, and the inability to understand.
I keep
did I drop?
No, it was me. Keep going.
No, they're not going to make these sacrifices. I was watching Financial Audit for the past week or so, and that's the theme that he seems to have with all these people in their late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. They're not willing to surrender anything. They want to live like they're all very high income earners, and they're not willing to give up anything.
Oh, it was you this time. We can never tell, so I just always assume it's me.
Oh.
Well, it's Dave Ramsey has been pushing this for years. His line was live like nobody else so later on you can live like nobody else. And what he meant was live poor now so you can save up and be rich later.
Yeah.
And that whole concept, no. I do not understand people who use Uber Eats. When
I
I've
don't
seen
get that either. What a complete fucking waste of money.
Right? People getting shit delivered to their homes constantly. You think your mom and dad were doing that shit? Or your grandparents, since you want to talk boomers? I'm not saying things haven't got more expensive. They absolutely have. And after what happened in 2022, we are all feeling the pain, and it will level back out. But it's going to take a while. But stop pretending that you're living in squalor. I can't make ends meet. Bringing in your takeout food with your really expensive coffee and haven't used your stove in 6 months.
Yeah, a buddy of mine's daughter, I argued with her a couple times about shit like this. And she is of the opinion that there's no point in saving money because there's no, nothing will be worth anything. First of all, you don't know that. Second of all, if you don't plan for your future now, you're not going to have one. You're going to be on the streets. And as somebody with no retirement fund, let me tell you, that's something to worry about when you're in your 50s. All right. Look, these people they just have a defeatist attitude. Oh, we were told we'll never be able to own a home, so why bother trying? Well, what kind of home are you looking at? They don't want a fixer-upper. They don't want some mid-range house. They want something new. And it's got to have all the accoutrements to it, too. No, that's not the way you do it. And again, with the financial audit thing, but all these people buying new cars like every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is wrong with you? There was one guy on there had 2 trucks. One was paid off, and he sold it so he could get a $72,000 like F-150, I think it was, with all these fancy bells and whistles. Like, you don't need that shit. He had a perfectly functional truck that he just, I don't need that anymore. I'm getting a new one. What a waste of money.
Somebody asked what happened in 2022. That's the major kickoff of the Biden inflation. That's when the worst of it was. All the way into 23, Jack. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that does hurt. I'm not going to say it doesn't. But just to give you an idea, in 1970, the minimum wage was $1.60. Adjusted for inflation, that's only $13.26.
Yep.
But you need $66 an hour to make ends meet, or you can't ever get a home.
Yeah, you'll never be able to buy a new home in Seattle. Boo fucking who. I'm sorry, not everybody gets to live like a king. It's just not reality.
They love to talk about how boomers bought house, but again, a boomer's typical house in 1970, a brand new one, new building, smaller than the house I live in now. This house was built in 69. The internal square footage, smaller than this. In fact, Jack, just 10 years earlier, in maybe it was 20 years earlier, the average home size was only 950 square feet.
Yeah. That was that post-war boom where they started building new houses for returning military guys.
Yep.
And it was for them. It was a starter home for their families. That's usually the home they bought and would raise a family in. But you can't convince these kids today that that's actually a good idea to buy a smaller house and not necessarily a brand new house, but something smaller that may be a little smaller than you want, but something that would actually serve you well.
I wonder if my daughter, because she sends me clips and stuff, and I wonder if I can find the one she sent me about that chick. Where is this? This is the chick. She's looking for her first home. This is her minimum. 3-bed, 2-bath, 3,000 square feet. By the way, that is 600 square feet more than the national average of new homes today. I can't afford the house because it's way too big for what you need.
Yeah, you're trying to live extravagantly. They all want to live like millionaires, but they don't want to put the work in to actually be the millionaires. You got to work to get $66 an hour. It just sickens me to hear, I need to get at least $22 an hour because that's what minimum wage should be. Fuck you. What are you worth? You got to, if you have a degree, it's probably worthless. And if you don't have a degree, you have to expect that there are jobs you're not going to be able to get in this environment. And yet you still expect to have a ridiculous amount of money coming in. You want only new stuff. You don't want to give up your Starbucks. You don't want to make any sacrifices. Only new things. That's delusional.
Yeah, everybody makes it sound like, people were coming out of high school and getting a great job and able to buy mansions. Bullshit. Yeah. And look, builders, they're building really bigger and bigger homes, but that's what people are looking for.
Yeah, plus the regulations are a lot different now.
Yes,
And,
that's the other part of it.
yeah, and you're looking at the way they build homes is completely different now. Like if I busted through one of the walls in this house, you're going to find a lot of scrap wood because they used what they had available.
If we like when we redid our deck, the stairs for our deck are way different than the ones that were on the deck that was here, because and I'm not saying the rules are bad in this case, because the old ones probably were a little steeper than they needed to be. But like if we tried to redo the inside of the house and had to get permits and shit for it, we would have to completely redo the entire inside to make room for the way that stairs have to be made now.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yes, things are more expensive, but how much are you actually saving? How much are you wasting? And if you want to bitch about, hey, my parents got to do this, go live how they did and see how it works out for you.
Yeah, but there's no way they're willing to do that. First of all, they'd have to give up their internet.
Yep, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, so that's a $100 bill right there you can eliminate.
Got to go get your library card.
Yeah. Oh, what? Go to the library. That's where the hobos hang out. Well, suck it up, Buttercup. Life's full of challenges. No, they're not willing to be frugal at all, and it's really disheartening to see how spoiled a lot of these young people really are, because they sit here and complain and they want $66 an hour. Fuck you. Learn to save money, first of all. Cut your expenses. Live on a budget. Life's not that complicated unless you make it that complicated sometimes. You know? Some things are complicated, but this is really not one of them. Be better with your money and stop being a crybaby.
It's just annoying to me when I read stupid shit like that.
Yeah, it's always some like lazy lefty commie that wants to get more free stuff. They don't want to work.
And this is why the Stossel thing, I really do think everybody should watch the Stossel two-parter on socialism, but especially where he talks about rent control. And I was talking with Sean on Twitter about that. It's not in DMs. You guys can go read it, because I've seen him talk about rent control before too. Rent control doesn't fix the problem. All it does is stops people from building new stuff, making the problem worse.
Yeah.
Until you have landlords who can't afford to run the building anymore. And then what? Because nobody's going to build a new one for you to live in at the same cost that you paid in 1970.
No, that's totally unrealistic.
Dangerous, thank you. It's why I have the living wage argument. Low-skilled jobs, for example, what do they expect it to cover? A new car, Uber Eats, a 4-bedroom house, Netflix. What's a living standard? Well, that's the problem, right?
Yeah, and that's one they really have a tough time answering, is what is the living wage that you're trying to get us to give you? And why is it that high? Because it's always something ridiculous. But they always say that, well, I'm entitled to these luxuries. These are human rights. It's the Riley Dennis thing with the refrigerator and the lobsters.
Yes, they have a right to lobster. No, you don't. And look, you can get a small house still fairly cheap, Jack. You're probably going to have to clean it up because it's going to be a much older house. You're going to have to do some work on the inside, but you'd have a home to start your family.
Yep.
But nobody wants to do that anymore.
No, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to put the effort in, and that is one of the biggest problems.
I remember reading Judge Judy's book. This is before she became famous. Back in the days when you did go to the library, I found her book and I read it and I loved it. But she tells the story of this one woman who came before her, and she was getting public housing, but she was refusing it because she wanted to live in Manhattan. By the way, one of the most expensive places you can live in the entire world.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? She, me and my husband worked our asses off for decades to be able to afford to live in Manhattan. And you just think you should be allowed to? You think you're entitled to it? And she did. She's like, yeah. Why can't I? Like,
well, that's the attitude that they're instilling in people now. You are owed. And the more you create that attitude, the more dangerous that attitude becomes, because when they don't get it, some people get really upset and maybe a little violent because they're owed this. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Evolved Potato. I know this isn't American stats, but in Australia in 1970, average household income was about $4,200, and the average house cost was $19,000. Nowadays, it's about $90,000 and over $1 million. So an increase of 21 times for income, but 54 times for house prices.
Why do you guys have such a housing issue there?
I bet it's regulations.
I'm very curious. That is quite the jump.
Yeah, it is.
All right. The British government, Jack, decided that they're going to go after 4chan.
I saw this and it was hilarious.
I'll throw this in the chat if anybody wants to read it specifically, but basically 4chan sent them a letter and told them to go fuck themselves. They don't do business in England, and there's no way an American court's going to give them money for free speech violations in another country.
Yeah, that'd be dumb. Like, you won't be able, nobody's going to recognize if you try and seize assets either. Like some British courts, like, oh yeah, you win, blah, blah, blah. Go take their shit. What? No, you're not going to get away with that crap.
Yeah.
And honestly, I agree with 4chan's letter here. Trump should come up and say, stop doing this shit, because they keep trying to do this. Remember when the Met Police were saying they were going to look into people, Americans that were posting hate speech or something?
One of my favorite things to do on Twitter is to see the UK police pulling their free or their anti-speech shit. Yeah. Tell them to go fuck themselves and remind I'm an American. I don't give a shit what you say. Go fuck yourself. I do that for my British friends because they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit made me laugh because goddamn. England, what happened to you guys, man?
You used to be cool, and now you're douchebags. What's up with that?
How y'all get to the point like, oh my God, they said so. Look, if it's criminal stuff, actual criminal stuff, and no, I don't think speech should count there. Then by all means, go after them every way you can. But if somebody just tells you to go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. I think America needs to be exporting free speech before we export anything else, because nobody else is doing it. In fact, the rest of the world seems to be going in the exact opposite direction.
Yep.
And it's amazing to me that, like, free speech, look, you can have free speech. But when you say stuff that offends people, that's not free speech. It's the only time free speech is important. Getting up and going, pedophiles are the worst. You don't need free speech to cover that, because nobody's going to be denying that.
Except maybe Nabla.
Except for Hunter Avalon. You don't need free speech to say things that everybody agrees with. Soccer's gay. Nobody's going to dispute that. You need it for the stuff that is controversial. That's what it's for. But somebody's feelings might get hurt. Well, tell that cat lady to go fuck herself. Because that's what she needs to hear if she gets that upset over words.
Yeah.
Saw something that kind of disturbed me today, Jack.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently, Destiny's kid is on the internet these days.
I'm sorry, you mean Destiny's child?
Destiny's kid. No, Not that band from the 90s. Destiny's kid is 14 now, and apparently he's a Nick Fuentes fan. I feel bad for that kid. There's videos of his dad on the internet sucking wiener.
Yeah, I mean, that kid's doomed to be screwed up, so.
But this douchebag podcaster has Destiny's kid on his podcast to talk to him about being a Fuentes fan. And I don't know where the clip went, but why are grown-ass adults talking to 14-year-old children of internet e-celebs?
I don't know, but it's pretty creepy.
That's creepy as fuck. Thank you. This is Kyle who says, UK, you guys can't say mean stuff online. US laughed in bald eagle. Watch me. Yes. Yeah, anytime you see those British police doing that shit, you send them an eagle and a fuck you.
Yeah.
Our British friends aren't allowed to.
Send them that meme that says, I can't hear you over that 1776 decibels of freedom.
Right? Because goddamn, man. Yeah, I was just really weirded out by that whole Destiny thing. The kid's 14. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's trying to be an edgy boy or rebel or whatever. It's fucking dumb. Leave the kid alone. It's weird.
And
bad enough he's got Destiny as his dad.
You're going to pull a 14-year-old on there to argue with him?
That's weird.
He's 14. He's young and dumb, and his dad is sucking dick on the internet. Give the kid a break.
His dad's full of coke. Oh, boy.
Whatever. Leave the children alone, Taylor Lorenz. Dragon Mage, thank you. What happened to the UK is commies getting in all our institutions and government. Yeah, they're trying that shit here still too. I had a weird thought today, Jack.
Oh no.
I don't know why it just hit me, the horseshoe theory about why both the left and the far right hate Jews. And it's because they're all Marxists. They're all cut from the same cloth.
Or uncut from the same cloth.
Yeah. I mean, it's socialism versus communism. It's the lazy fight of the year. And they all just blame Jews. Don't forget, after Stalin takes half of Europe for himself, he killed a bunch of Jews too, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, train cars full of them.
It's amazing how the commies and the Nazis are so much alike.
It's almost like there's some sort of socialistic connection there.
Yeah, it's almost like they have the same daddy. So yeah, when you see people like Fuentes, he's just speaking the truth. No, he's just another dirty commie. He's just too stupid to understand it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme going around of Gavin Newsom's family versus JD Vance's family?
No, I'm glad I missed that one.
Well, apparently a bunch of, let's just call them what they are, shitbags, groypers and such, think that if it comes down to it, you should probably vote for Gavin Newsom rather than JD Vance, because JD Vance has the brown kids and Newsom's kids look like a lot of his friends.
What?
If they're all little blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids. And
oh, for fuck's sake.
If you're willing to vote for Newsom because his kids are the right color, which of the two do you think is actually teaching their kids American values? JD Vance with his little brown kids, or the commie Gavin Newsom? Anyone?
Yeah. Well,
Look,
we're not talking brain power here, man. We're talking about Reuters.
it was bad enough watching conservatives being like, I'm going to vote for Kamala because Trump's an asshole. Sure. Yeah, you're conservative. But now when you got people like, I'm voting for them because they're the whiter white. You're voting for commies. Do not ever speak to me about America first when you're propping up commies, you cunt. Anyhow.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keldrick. Destiny's son being a Fuentes fan is hilarious, and I hope it gets under Destiny's skin. That being said, pick better role models than Nick Fuentes. And for the love of God, don't get within 100 feet of that freak. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but I think this is part of that like teenage rebellion thing. He probably gets a lot of crap for who his dad is, and that's his like defense mechanism. Is start spouting like the most offensive shit you can.
Well, I mean, it's the internet, and he does have a legacy that's not his fault. His dad used to hang with Nick, probably sucked him off. I'm not saying he doesn't need to pick better. I just don't think you judge the kid. You correct him where he's wrong, I guess, but why are grown men pulling them onto a show to talk to him? That's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's very weird.
He's 14. You should not be treating him like he's saying anything of value. He's 14. You should tell him to go pick up a game stick and play a game. Get a ball, go outside, be a kid. You don't have to live up to your dad's legacy and end up blowing people online. Thank you, Hoko. Richard Spencer is a socialist. Well, he used to get his Nazi haircut all the time. Nazis are commies.
Yeah, they're absolutely socialists. I mean, they're just a different, slight variation from regular commies. That's it. They have some slight differences.
That's how Antifa ended up helping Hitler get into power, because it was a fight between commies and socialists. And the brain children that gave us Antifa were like, we're going to go with the Nazis. They're the good ones. Good job, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking morons. Anyway. Jack, that's all I have for today. I see you got a couple of things there. Anything we can do quickly?
Probably the first one.
Well, it makes sense because I opened the second one first.
Oh, you should know better.
I never know which way you put them in here. How dare you?
I know. I like to keep guessing.
I don't have anything else to do, so if I don't fall out, because I'm getting tired, dude, I desperately need sleep. I need unbroken sleep. See, that's my problem. I keep saying I need sleep, and God's like, okay, there's 10 minutes. There's 8.5. Yeah, be more specific, fucker. All right. I need uninterrupted hours and hours of sleep. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. On the screen, it says woman chooses to... Oh, fuck her. Is this the one you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen this one.
Oh, real fast. Thank you, Evolved Potato. The guy that debated Destiny's Kid is this dumbass, quote, Australian, end quote, guy who always complains about how bad our leftist government is and how they're turning Australia into a crime-riddled mess, but also proudly brags about voting for those same people.
Sounds right.
Yeah, sadly, that makes sense to me. I'm really bothered that actually makes sense.
Him or me. Let's see. That might have been.
What?
That might have been you that time.
Hey, Dark Admiral.
All right, here we go. Let's listen to the crazy lady. It says, woman chooses to be jobless, single, and homeless due to her hatred for Trump. Well, you're teaching him a lesson, you crazy bitch.
You want to know how against Trump I am? I got a fucking job, living in my car, okay, no ad. All right, found out that my fucking employer voted for Trump, and guess who quits? I did. And then, okay, had this fucking guy.
Make asylums great again. You found out your boss voted for someone you didn't like, so you quit. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of those big brain maneuvers there that you see so often in life. Like, wow, how are you still alive?
That nose you zoomed in on you're cutting it off to spite your face, fucker. I'll teach. Trump doesn't give a shit that you quit your job.
No, she's showing the man.
Fuck.
And then, okay, had this fucking guy like all interested in me because I'm hot and young. Okay.
Yeah, wrong on both counts, dear.
Look. If I lived in a trailer and my parents were related before marriage, I bet you would look hot. I'm just saying. You're not hideous. Okay, I'm gonna be fair to her, Jack. She's not hideous. But you're the reason people doubt me when I say I'm attractive, because people like you say it.
Yeah, basically.
I'm hot. Monkey must be lying too. All right, so the guy's and young. What? She's. Come on.
She's got to be in her 30s.
30s? Easy. All right. And look, compared to me, that is young, but it's not what we mean when we say, oh, she's young. It's like 20s, lady.
Cool. And was like, I have the fucking room that you can stay in for a fucking cheaper rate, blah, 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 blah.
A cheaper rate than sleeping in your car? Who are you paying to sleep in your car? Jack, she started off by telling us she'd been living in the car when she had the job.
I think she meant like living cheaper than getting an apartment.
All right.
Found out he was a fucking Trumpy, and guess who decided to stay in her fucking car?
See, she's already in the car. We had hints to that already. So rather than go live like a human, you're going to live like a hobo with no job.
Yes. That's the short answer. Yes.
We need a donation site for people like this. Instead of GoFundMe, we need a Go Bean Me, and people can just donate cans of beans to these fucking hobos.
No, that just encourages them. We need to round them up and put them in an asylum fund.
Oh, yeah, that's never going to happen again. So I'm trying to keep them fed.
Oh, bus tickets to California and cans of beans.
Me, because that's how against I am of that fucking dictator. You want to know?
Well, you certainly did something. I'm not sure what, honestly. You were already living in your car, so not getting the extra room that the guy had, that's you know what, in fairness to her, that's probably a safety concern. Some dude is like, oh, you're living in your car, are you? I have a room. You're gonna wake up with a finger in your butt. I'm just saying. So in that case, she's probably safer in the car, honestly, unless she's in DC.
Maybe, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
Where's she bathing?
Does she look like she's bathing?
She's hot, Jack. She has to bathe.
Ugh. So that's a no.
That's a no. Don't forget Hassan and Hila. I don't know what all's going on with that situation, so I can't speak about it understatement. I saw some videos that were talking about it, but I didn't get a chance to watch.
Oh, I posted the video of him saying what he said. So it's on my timeline if you want to watch it.
I will check it out, and we can bring it up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not now, after the show.
Oh, you motherfucker!
What?
You put Joy Reid on here?
Oh, did I do that?
I
do that?
I didn't realize who it was with her ball cap on, but as soon as I heard the voice, man, fuck. All right. Let's see why Jack is torturing us today.
They can't fix the history they did. Their ancestors made this country into a slave hell.
They can't fix the history they did. Their ancestors. I'm not my ancestors, lady.
Oh, linear time. Look at you, weirdo.
I didn't do shit. I was born in 75. The civil rights is that's all over by then. Even the hippies have started to go away. Disco is in full swing. I didn't have anything to do with any of that shit. And I sure as fuck had nothing to do with anything that came before it. This is sins of your father's shit, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
You can't erase what you did. I ain't do shit. Fuck you.
But they can clean it up now because they got the Smithsonian. They can get rid of all the slavery stuff. They got PragerU. They can lie about the history to the children.
Look, I'm not the biggest fan of PragerU because they some of their stuff is a little questionable. You know what I mean? It's kind of the right-wing equivalent of the mainstream media sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. But I don't know what she's getting at with the Smithsonian. I don't know what the Smithsonian got rid of.
Slavery.
I'm fairly certain there's still slavery stuff in the Smithsonian.
Nope. It's all but taken out. They're cleaning it up, buddy.
Pretty sure that's not true.
She's not even to the funny part yet.
Thank you, Keldrick. Ruining your own life because you don't like a politician who doesn't even know who you are is a great choice and not at all the actions of a reckless, unhinged moron.
Yeah,
true.
Nails it pretty well.
Look, man, I figure if Gavin Newsom ever gets elected, I'll be living in my car, but it won't be by choice. It's the commies taking over.
They can't originally invent anything more than they ever were able to invent good music. We black folk gave y'all country music, hip hop, R&B, jazz, rock and roll. They couldn't even invent that, but they have to call.
All right. You're really not going to like this, Joy, but that rock and roll that Elvis stole from the black folk, what language was that in? Anybody?
That language was stolen from the Africans.
Yes. I remember English started in Nigeria, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, look, Elvis was modifying the blues, and that involves drums, guitars, harmonicas, which I think two of those things exist in just about every culture. Harmonicas, nobody likes harmonicas, let's be honest.
I mean, it can be cool in a song, but way too many people get way too excited on them.
Yeah, they overdo it. And yeah, some brass horns, trumpets, sometimes trombones in there too. I mean, we'd have to really look up who invented that stuff.
I'm fairly certain guitars were not invented by black folk. Electric guitars. I could be wrong. White people never invented anything.
Yeah, they stole it from black people.
Yeah, that's why if you go to tribal places in Africa, places still live the tribal existence, they're wearing T-shirts like she is and baseball caps like she is and living in nice houses like she is. No, those are all white inventions when they dumbasses moved to the cold. They still live in fucking huts because they can.
No, that's because white people stole everything from them. See, including like all generational knowledge of those devices and all that other stuff. Wakanda forever.
You stole our music. Yeah, some of Elvis's music was stolen, but you know what else Elvis did? He did things like tell places he wouldn't perform there if they didn't let his black performers perform with him.
Yep. Can't talk about that though.
And Elvis was big enough that they went, fine, let the Negroes in. And he never gets enough credit for that. He really doesn't.
No.
And if you listen to the people who worked with him, especially those like the black backup singers, they love this man. That is a modern thing with this whole, he stole our music, and go fuck yourselves. Thank you. This is Kyle. I finally understand what Jack means by time isn't linear. Because obviously black people invented time travel and went back to invent everything. It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Elvis shook a hip. Look, Elvis's dancing was inspired by black people. It was. So was his music. It was inspired by black people.
Yeah, he grew up around a lot of black people. Now, his costume was inspired by Captain Marvel Jr. That's why he had the cape on.
Oh, gotcha. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
But again, inspired by and stole are so fucking ridiculous. Joy. Your ancestors, maybe. I don't know when your ancestors came over. It's been a long time since they were forced over, and believe it or not, black people have come from Africa since then.
What?
But let's say you can trace them back to the slave times, right? Nothing is stopping you from abandoning all of the white shit you have going on in just this picture. Go back to your native roots, because you're appropriating right now.
Yeah. Look, cultures have influenced each other since time immemorial. And copying good ideas is always something that happens.
Yep.
Fucking deal with it. God, I'm so tired of this shit. You just want everything your people invented. You're not going to have much, okay? Of any group will be that way. There's not going to be much. Without the exchange of information and the building on of ideas, nothing gets done. We're all going to be living in dirt hovels.
The other day I was watching, I'm going to end on this for today. The other day I was watching some Elton John videos. I love Elton John and listening to his music. And a thing came up from when he got the Gershwin Award, which I didn't see when it happened, but him and Bernie Taupin got the Gershwin Award. And he gets up there and he gives a speech, and it's an amazing speech, Jack. It's one of the most humble speeches I've ever seen somebody give when they're getting an award. This is a lifetime achievement kind of honor thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in it, this British singer and his British lyricist, both of them thank America and credit America for the music that they made, because they were inspired by what we do here. And black, white, it's American music. Let it be that. We inspire the world with it. They all want to be us. They all want to make it here. Nobody gives a shit if you have a top 1 hit in fucking England. You want to hit it on the American charts. But it's a really great speech, and it was really cool to see somebody from outside the U.S. just going, you guys led the way on this. This is awesome. And thanking us for that. That was pretty cool, honestly. And you should look it up if you've never seen it. But with that, guys, we're wrapping this one up. And Joy Reid and go fuck yourself. I don't like that horrible racist bitch. And I hadn't said that yet, so I had to get that out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are very kind, and we appreciate it. Anything you want to show, my friend?
I'm dropping links right now to some cool videos. I had a couple things come out on the other channels. As always, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the donations. Keep the show going. And you guys are amazing people. Just always remember that.
Yeah, led the way after Beethoven and Mozart. There's a lot of talk, especially in the United States, the British invasion. It wasn't as invasive as the American invasion is in the rest of music around the world. And for good reason. You get the great music of the 50s and 60s, early 60s, not that hippie shit that they pretended was good. And yeah, there's a reason to spread, because it was infectious and good. So with that, we're gonna wrap up. Jack, pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. We love you. See you next time. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
I just want uninterrupted